Where's Steven Spielberg telling us where to go? Not there. Right, are we all ready to go? Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for attending today. Some very important announcements, and I think you can probably tell who the captain of the Kangaroos is to my left, so we probably won't need to make that announcement, but I'll hand over to Mal to announce the Australian team.
Thank you, Chair. Squad of 21, starting with Josh Addo-Carr from the Bulldogs, Patrick Harrigan, Broncos, Daly Cherry-Evans, Sea Eagles, Nathan Cleary, Panthers, Selwyn Cobbo from the Broncos, Lindsay Collins, Roosters, Reuben Cotter, Cowboys, Tino Fasulamali from the Titans, Thomas Flegler, Broncos, Harry Grant, Storm, Payne Haas, Broncos, Valentine Holmes, Cowboys, Ben Hunt, Dragons, Liam Martin, Panthers, Cameron Munster, Storm, Cameron Murray, Rabbitohs, Katoni Stags, Broncos, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow from the Dolphins, James Tedesco, captain from the Roosters, Jake Trbojevic, Sea Eagles, and Isaiah Yeo from the Panthers.
We'll just open up to questions.
Val, good news this morning with Val and Josh seemingly available for tomorrow.
Yeah, so just with Josh, that's in the hands of the integrity unit, so they're going through that independent process, so we'll await that decision. And with Val, yeah, there's going to be a NRL announcement this afternoon.
Pete, can you tell us the league's stance on those two guys?
Look, we're not going to comment on the Addo-Carr situation because that's with the integrity unit, and we'll let them do their investigation. With Valentine Holmes, I think it'll be announced this afternoon that he's got a one-game suspension. He has accepted the penalty, so that'll be announced. So he won't be available for the first test.
How long might that integrity unit investigation take? Any idea?
Look, I think hopefully they'll get statements from everyone today and be in a position possibly tomorrow at the commission meeting to advise.
Sorry, just lost the microphone. Yes. Mel, given Val's going to miss the first game, was there how much consideration did you give to not?
Well, obviously, as the Chair has mentioned, he's got a one-match suspension, so he's part of the squad, which means he gets an opportunity, obviously, to train with the squad. I think it's important that he does that because he hasn't played for a while. He's been suspended for quite a long time, obviously, from his incident through the year. So, yeah, just having part of the squad, training with the squad, you know, getting back to that rugby league environment again is going to be good for him.
Sorry, can I just ask one more just so the microphone's again, Peter, just on the Addo-Carr investigation?
John,
Gee, was this for us? Right, sorry.
it's all right.
Didn't expect this. Peter, the Addo-Carr investigation, how long might that take?
Look, hopefully they'll get all the statements today and be in a position to advise the commission tomorrow with a recommendation.
Mal, could you clear up Latrell? Like, was he going to be in? He has this finger issue.
Well, the club, South Sydney Rabbitohs, said that he's out because of injury, so we've just gone with that.
So were you surprised to see him playing knockout this weekend?
I was a bit surprised, but again, I think the club gave him permission to do that. Knowing Latrell, you know, he loves the Koori knockout. He always gets involved. He always wants to be part of it all. He's a very proud First Nations person. So, you know, he's got through that tournament well, and I look forward to him obviously having a good off-season and playing well next year.
He was such a big player for you last year at the World Cup. Do you feel the last 12 months or so, his career's he's got to decide which way he wants to go?
Oh, no, not really. I just think that he's had off the back of World Cup, you know, it's a pretty torrid year from the NRL's perspective. Obviously, you know, he got his first injury through State of Origin in the training camp, so he didn't quite seem to get going after that. So, yeah, he's had a bit of bad luck this year, and I think the rest is going to do him the world of good, get his body right and get his mind right, and be a bit of a force for the Rabbitohs next year.
Mal, there's a lot of talk about fitting 3 into 1 for Teddy's jumper. What happened with Reece Walsh and KP?
Well,
how close were they?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the conversation, but, you know Teddy's the incumbent, World Cup, skipper, been a great ambassador for a game and a great player, you know. So it's difficult. You know, I know that there's always going to be that debate and argument about all those young kids, but their time will come.
What about you, Peter?
Let me say it was a unanimous decision of all selectors. So that James be the captain and the fullback.
Peter, I was going to say you must be disappointed. I think you called Reece Walsh the Justin Bieber of rugby league. Now Justin Bieber's not going to be on tour.
No, Justin's got will get his chance very soon on.
Mal, you're supposed to name a 20-man squad. I think it's 21. Is that cover for Addo Carr, or in case there's possible sanctions?
No, it's been made a decision that the teams can be 20 and they can carry 21 if they want to. So I just feel because we've got, obviously, Josh in going through the integrity unit at the moment. So, and then with obviously having Val, you know, not available for game one, we decided to go with 21.
Let me just say, the reason it went to 21, as you know, my role is to have a casting vote, and I had a casting vote on one, and I took the coward's way out and made it 21. No, it's serious. That's what happened. No, I can't tell you the play. I don't want to embarrass anyone, but that's what happened. We had to split two, and I thought both deserved to be in, so we made an executive decision to go to 21.
And I may add that I was very, very happy.
Now, there's a lot of middle forwards that there's not many edge players or players that play edge.
Oh,
What do you think?
yeah, it's good. It's a good point, but you know, most, like you say, they do play in the middle. But you know, people like Cameron Murray, Pat Carrigan, Ruben Cotter can play on edge, you know, and they've done that at Origin level as well. So I think we've got that position pretty well covered.
Teddy, you head into this obviously always under a lot of pressure, but just the Justin Bieber talk and the KP talk you hear, how do you feel?
I'm just grateful for another opportunity to you know, captain my country and wear the Australian jersey. You don't ever take it for granted. I know there's a lot of great fullbacks in the moment in the game who have had great years. So just to get another opportunity to represent Australia, I'm just looking forward to it. The World Cup last year was, you know, a highlight of my career, some of our great times. So can't wait to get into camp and get with the boys again.
And what about your thoughts about the rest of the side? Pretty exciting names to play alongside?
Yeah, a lot of similarities from last year's World Cup, which was successful. Then a lot of the new guys, new faces who have had awesome years. So really excited to get into camp, meet the new guys and get the team going.
Do you have any worries personally, Teddy, or how happy are you that you had the backing?
Yeah, I'm stoked, obviously, to get another opportunity. Mal showed faith in me, so I'm really thankful for that. I know, as I said, there's a lot of guys who have had some great years. I'm sure their time in the Australian jersey will come very soon. But for this year, I'm excited and hopefully have another successful campaign.
Teddy, you played some well in the World Cup final. What do you think they'll be like this side?
That was an intense game, especially the start of that game. Obviously, they got big boys up front who lead the way for them, and I'm sure it's going to be nothing different for this game. So I'm not sure who's available, who's in their team or who's been selected, but it's going to be a fiery matchup and it's going to be very intense.
Now you've got Payne past this side. I think Ian's link was so well. Call for him, but he didn't play the World Cup. What would he bring?
Well, Payne didn't because of personal reasons last year. He's told his allegiance to Australia. That was even last year, so even again this year. So, you know, he's a great player and it's great to have him back in the Australian side. He's an enormous talent. Obviously, you know, being lauded at the moment as, you know, one of the best props ever played the game, and I probably agree with that.
What about Dylan Edwards?
Yeah, well, you know, how many players, fullbacks you want to put in the side, mate? You know, seriously. No, I know, but unfortunately he's playing an era where there's James Tedesco, you know. So, you know,
they wouldn't let me go to 22, mate. So
22 would have been excellent, yeah. But
Playing in the centre zone now, I think that got mentioned.
yeah, you know, we've gone with specialists, really, you know, so this is only a short campaign. We've only got 7 days off the back of what a great grand final it was on Sunday. You know, 7 of the players, or 8 of the players are, you know, in this squad, so we've got to get those combinations going, and the best way to do that is to have players playing in their rightful positions, and that sort of helps the cohesion a bit better in the preparation. I beg your pardon? Yeah, great story. Yeah, great story. It was in the picture last year, but obviously a year on, a lot more experienced. I mean, he's an excitement machine, you know, great talent, and I'm pretty sure he'll be very, very happy he's in the Australian side.
Mel, can I ask you just about the schedule in and out of camp? It's a little bit different, but obviously travelling different places, Albury, Early Beach, Townsville, to spread the rugby league gospel.
Yeah, no, it's I'm obviously a great fan of the international game and using that game to get connected back to community. So we do that with Origin as well. So I just feel that really important. These guys are at the top of their profession. They are true role models for our game. And to take the game to the country areas, I think is a priority and something we have to do. So, and I know the players will enjoy it. It's something different for them. We've been to Townsville often, we've been to Melbourne often, so we just get out and about to meet our supporters, the game's supporters in those communities. I think it's a fantastic initiative, and I know the players will enjoy it.
Now, how important is Josh Adokar to this team given we're in the World Cup?
Well, he was voted, I think, nearly the player of the tournament, wasn't he? So, his values off field and on field. So he's a terrific player, but his value off field is tremendous as well. Morale's excellent, and gives me headaches sometimes. They laugh all the bloody time, but he's good to be around. But he's also a good leader. He's a good leader for those Indigenous boys that are in our team as well. So he plays a very important part.
What sort of conversation with Stephen Craven in terms of him choosing his eligibility?
No, I don't have conversations with players. They choose who they want to play with.
And was there a conversation that must have been with Tony Staggs in terms of him?
That's right. So he made the approach, and very happy to have him back in the Australian colours.
Last year at the World Cup, you kept us guessing over who the 7 was going to be after Nathan's performance on Sunday. Has he got that jersey locked now?
Do I have to answer that? Seriously? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Daly's had an unbelievable year as well, but, Nathan's sort of at another level at the moment, and he's shown that, on Sunday, and, he's the incumbent 7, and, again, loyalty plays its role as well.
Where do you rank that performance?
Right up there. For me personally, I've been around the game for a while. The Penrith team, I think, ranks among the best teams that ever played the game.
How would they go against the Raiders and the
Oh, no, they probably get beaten, but...
In Golden Point.
Ricky Stewart. Yeah.
Teddy, you played a lot of footy with Nathan. How did you see his last 18 minutes?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I think he probably wasn't at his high and best, for most of that game. But the last 20 minutes, he really took control. And I thought, once Brisbane got that lead, I thought Penrith would probably struggle to score some points to get back in the game. But Nath just took control of the whole game, running game, kicking game. Everything was just on point and did what he had to do to get the win. So it's one of the greatest individual performances, especially that last 20 minutes to win a grand final in the way they did was great to see. I'm very happy for him.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
No worries. We all ready to go again? Thanks again. It's my pleasure to hand over to Brad Donald to announce the Jillaroos.
Thank you, Chairman, and welcome everyone. Just want to congratulate the following players who have been named in the Harvey Norman Jillaroos team for 2023. In alphabetical order, Taryn Aiken from the Roosters, Kezzy Apps from the Tigers, Shaylee Bent from the Titans, Ali Brigginshaw from the Broncos, Lauren Brown from the Titans, Jamie Chapman from the Titans, Kennedy Cherrington from the Eels, Yasmin Clydesdale from the Knights, Keely Davis from the Roosters, Jessica Elliston from the Titans, Caitlin Johnson from the Knights, Isabel Kelly from the Roosters, Olivia Kernick from the Roosters, Emma Manzelman from the Cowboys, Shannon Marto from the Titans, Avanya Politi from the Titans, Julia Robinson from the Broncos, Jessica Surges from the Roosters, Samaima Taufa from the Raiders, Emma Tonagato from the Sharks, and Tamika Upton from the Knights. Representation of 9 of our 10 teams across the NRLW, and want to congratulate all of those players.
And the co-captains will be Ali Brigginshaw and Kezzy Apps. It's also an honour to have Jess here with us this morning, one of our superstars in the game. We'll take questions.
Obviously, there's a couple of injuries, or players carrying injuries in that team.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's progressing actually quite nicely, and Brad's been great with me over the last few weeks checking in with it. So, it was a bit bittersweet not making the grand final the other day, but it's probably the best thing for my finger. I probably would have made it worse playing that, and I think just everything for a reason.
Yeah, and Brad, Kezzy, I think she's been in a boot the last couple of weeks. Is there any concern there that she'll even be able to play?
Yeah, no. I think she put herself in a boot so she would stay off her foot and not play up too much after the season, and give herself every chance. I think she's only got a really, I think it might even have just be turf toe, and she's just gone to the extreme to look after it. But yeah, there is, it's been a longer season for the girls this year, so there are a couple of injuries, and similar to the men's, that we'll be playing through the next couple of weeks with some of those injuries.
And Tamika, fullback of the year, Dalian medalist of the year, Karen Murphy, is it safe to say that she's the team's fullback?
Yeah, she's been the form fullback. Yes, good question, and she'll be playing at number 1 there. There's a couple of fullbacks in the team, but she's had an outstanding year. Going back to back, Karen Murphy medalist, and Dali M is pretty special. So yeah, she's a special player.
So you would have played in the grand final for this?
Yeah, that was the plan. I probably would have just strapped it up and needled it, to be honest. I would have done anything to be out there, but, as I said, I probably would have done more damage, and I probably wouldn't be in this seat now. So, look, as I said, everything happens for a reason, and just didn't go our way, but now I have to look forward, and now I'm here, and I just got to put my focus on that.
In terms of selection, obviously Jessie Southwell, I think, she was a New South Wales halfback. Was there any consideration to put her in the team this year? Yeah,
look, there was consideration for many players, and if you look through that list, there's some pretty big names there that aren't on it. There's 18 of the 24 from the Rugby League World Cup, and that was a seamless campaign last year, and the girls did amazing things on and off the field. So there's actually some players that miss out from that World Cup tour. So she was considered with a number of other players, and as the chairman would back me up on, there was a lot of sturdy discussion around the selectors table about who was in and who wasn't.
Yes, there was more robust debate in the women's game than there was in the men's game. So they certainly did their research and homework.
Jess, do you feel like this will be one of the strongest Jillaroo sides named?
Yeah, I think so. I think especially what Brad said, coming off the back of the World Cup last year, it was so incredible, and I just feel like we just need to talk more about that. It was just so much fun, and I think it really put women's rugby league on the map, and to go back-to-back World Cups, incredible wins. We just keep building, and I know that's our goal here at the Jillaroos. We just want to get so much growth and the depth in our team. So to see the squad now, and for some of those girls to miss out from the World Cup campaign, and just to see the more growth that we've got, it's incredible. So, I think each team gets better and better, and, how great is it to play alongside 17 other best players in the world. So, I think every other team that we get, it's going to be better and better. So, yeah.
Brad, what do you see him at Kangaroos role?
Look, she could play anywhere, and we've played in a couple of games. So she played 5'8" for the Sharks this year and did a great job there. She played nearly every other position for us during the World Cup, as well as she covers fullback really well. So she's probably one of the most flexible players in the team. So can play in the back line or in the forwards. So we've got a great team there with flexibility around what team we put out in Test 1 and Test 2.
And the Ferns, you beat them comfortably in the World Cup final, but there seems to be so many Kiwi players in the ARLC this year.
Yeah, and that's been great. The expansion's been sensational, and it'll really light up the international stage. I think we're going to see some of the great names playing for Samoa, Tonga, the Cook Islands, PNG. All those nations are represented in the NRLW. So I think both the NRLW and international football, international rugby league have been working hand in hand to grow the game, and I think we're going to see some awesome matches in the coming weeks.
How did you weight, you think, in terms of, say, 18 to 24 have come from the World Cup last year, and then obviously Origin is prior to the NRLW season. So how do you, as a coach, weight games that are more recent to the team that played last year and the teams you see in red football? Yeah,
look, the fact that the players come from 9 of the 10 clubs, I think all of those players came back from the World Cup and were great this year in the NRLW. So even if we looked at their recent form, obviously there's a fair bit of loyalty, and we know what the jersey means for all of those players that have been there, and what their character's like and how they behave off the field, which is really important for us in the Jillaroos. So that's taken in. That's probably the main factor, and then their form and what they're capable of doing it would come next.
Ali Brigginshaw, obviously, she's a veteran of the game. She's 33, but maybe you could just talk a little bit about how much she brings to the team and what you thought of her season.
Yeah, it's probably her best season in the NRLW, to be fair. She was named Dally M Halfback of the Year. She's been a great captain for the team for a long while, and I think she's matured into a really good, club captain. She's and a great Jillaroos captain. She's going to help us through the transition over the next couple of years. This is the start of a 4-year cycle through to the next World Cup. Age is just a number, but she's playing like a 25-year-old. But we'll see. She'll be part of that transition process over the next 4 years.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Chair.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.